morning, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to my Tip Tuesday. I'm your host, Nadine. And for the next couple of minutes, I'm going to be giving you a couple tips that I know you would find value from because I found value from it. Before I go, I wanted to show you on my t-shirt. It's like a sweater. So I did this on my Tip Tuesday. I don't know if you can see. It says Tip Tuesday in the middle, and it says, "You are amazing." Do I need to stand? I don't want to stand. You are amazing. So I did this. So whenever I have a Tip Tuesday, I don't have to worry about what I'm wearing. But I did it in the winter, so you see I have a long sleeve. So I have to do some that's gonna be that short sleeve. And good morning, Mr. Castle. Good morning, Abigail. So I'm planning to do some that short sleeve, but I think I want to change the design on it because it says "you are amazing," but I don't think you can really see it. So I'm going to change the "you" because I love to say "you are amazing" because we say a lot of negative things about ourselves. So this is my way of saying positive things. So I always say you're amazing, and I say I'm amazing too, because sometimes we could say good things about people or for people, but we can't say for ourselves. So that's my my quote, "You're amazing," Tip Tuesday. So I just wanted to bring it to your attention in case you didn't notice. And I'm going to be doing new ones with new designs. So if you have any ideas, I'm accepting ideas for my new shirts. Okay, so let's get into the Tip Tuesday. It's kind of long today. I'm going to try to go as quickly as possible, but still be as clear as possible because I want you all to get the message. And before I start, I want to let you know that this is not my work. I got this from Jessie Lee and one of our podcasts, The People's Mentor. So all credit to Jessie Lee. And when I read it, I was like, no, that's some really, really good value, so I need to share it with you all. So I took notes. I know sometimes I write and I can't make out what I write. Hi Padana, good morning. I know sometimes I can't make out what I write, so I'm going to do my best, all right? So my tip for you today is 9 ways to overcome people's opinion of you. 9 ways to overcome. I know 9 sounds long, but stick with me. There's value in this. 9 ways to overcome people's opinion of you. So it's normal for us to want people to like us. It's normal. Even as children, it's normal. We want people to like us. We want to be popular. It's normal. It's normal for us to want people to respect us and respect our view and hold us in high esteem. But it's not natural for you to not live your best life because of what people say. Some people might say, like, you might have an idea and you might tell it to somebody and might think, oh, that's not a good idea. I don't think you should do this. We all have been in a position where we've shared something with somebody on what we want to do and they have shut it down. But if it's your idea, it's your life, do not let people stop you from living your best life. So that's the whole tip for today. How to not let people stop you from living your best life, because at the end of the day, it's your life to live. Okay? And know that you can do and be anything you want. If you're living somewhere and you don't like it, you can leave. If you're in a job and you don't like it, you can leave. I'm not saying that, if you're in a job and you don't like it, you can just get up and go and you have your family to take care of. No, you need to have a plan. You need to come up with ways on how you can get another job or do something different. So don't ever feel like you're stuck. You're never stuck. You can always leave anytime you want, okay? So, as I said, it's human nature for us to care, but there are ways we can stop. So I'm going to give you the 9 ways. The first one is expect and accept that people will always have opinions of you. People will always have opinions of you. And as I always say, it's human nature to default to negative. Yesterday, I did my hair like this because I've been wearing this hair. It's a week. And I was saying, oh, look, my 5 head is showing because I have a very protruding forehead. But I have learned to accept and love my forehead the way it is because it makes me the way I am. Somebody else looking at it might think it as a negative thing. But you see, I did it to myself. So if I'm doing it to myself, can you imagine what other people is doing? Somebody else might say, why is she always on here Tuesday talking? Everybody is going to have an opinion. But at the end of the day, you have to do what you have to do. So there's no use trying to avoid. Don't say, I'm not going to do this because of what that person is going to say. Do not dim your light because of the fear of judgment of people, because people will always have something to say. So as once we get out of the way, you should be able to go forward, because you're like, okay, I'm going to do this, and I don't care what people say. I'm going to do this regardless. Okay? And that's number one. Expect and accept that people will always have opinions of you. That's life. Number two, take back your own feelings. Everybody's not going to like you. I know you did not, this is not the first time you heard me say, everybody is not going to like you. And that's okay. You're not for everybody. The people who follow me, or the people who know me from school, or the people who I grew up with, some people like me, some people like, what is she up to? Everybody's not going to like you. The message I give, everybody's not, and that's okay. You're not for everybody. So accept that everybody's not going to like you, and you should not let that affect your emotions. If somebody don't vibe with you, that's okay. Let them vibe with somebody else. It's okay. It has nothing to do with you. It's just that they're not for you, right? And you have to accept that and learn how to be present and learn how to be more aware in your body. So don't let, I know we're all into social media and we have a lot of negative people out there, and sometimes you might make a post or something and somebody says like a negative comment. It has nothing to do with you. Be aware, be confident in yourself, and know that don't let it affect you. Don't let people's opinion change your state or your emotions, okay? Because at the end of the day, you get to decide how to respond, okay? And remember, as I always say, we respond, we don't react. React is based on emotions, right? Somebody might say something negative, we get hurt, we get into our feelings, and we want to lash back. No, we're not about that. We respond. We think about it. Does it make sense? You know, like, I think it was last week or the week before, I was driving with my kids. No, it was week before ever. I was going to the airport. And, you know, sometimes in traffic, people will come alongside you and they would go in front of you. So 2 people did that to me. And my son was like, nah, I should go, you know, speed up, and I shouldn't let. So I said, no, let them go their way. That person probably going to the hurrying home because they probably need to get to the toilet. And I use that as a joke, but I was not about to let somebody else change my state because they were being like cutting in traffic. No. You know, and before I would have probably gotten upset. Well, what would that change? It wouldn't change anything, okay? So we have to learn to be aware of our feelings and know what's important to us, think about it, and do not let people's opinion affect our emotions, okay? We're still in number 2. Number 3, understand that you're not perfect. You are not perfect, and everyone make mistakes. You're not perfect. The person sitting next to you is not perfect. Your boss is not perfect. Your mother is not perfect. Your partner is not perfect. No, I am not perfect. No one is perfect. And sometimes we beat ourselves up because of past mistakes. And I have been guilty of that. There was some time I was feeling a type of way, and it took me back to something I did. I'm sure it's probably almost 19 years. And then I realized that I had not forgiven myself. I had not forgiven myself. I asked God for forgiveness, but I had not forgiven myself, and I was carrying that guilt. And because I was carrying that guilt, it was making me feel, you know what, it was making me feel bad about myself. So we have to learn to forgive ourselves, know that we are not perfect, and nobody is perfect, and that perfection is impossible. So it's unfair for us to keep judging ourselves and keep putting ourselves down because of mistakes we've made in the past. And even if we made a mistake yesterday, we're not perfect. We just have to learn from it and move from it, okay? And then one thing she said, and as I remember, this is all from Jessie Lee. One thing she said is that successful people don't spend their time bashing or talking about other people. And as I said, success means different things to different people. And I believe, you know, when you talk about success, people think money and material possessions. But to be successful and to have those things, you have to be a certain person. You have to have a certain mindset. So people of a certain mindset don't spend time discussing and belittling people. So don't let these people get to you, okay? Number 4, work on your self-confidence. This one is big for me. And the best way to build your self-confidence is to do what you say you're going to do. I know for a lot of times I say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to wake up at this time. I'm going to do that. And I don't do it. So every time you break a promise to yourself, know that. It's very important. Every time you break a promise to yourself, good morning, Mr. Blake. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you break your self-confidence. So in order to build your self-confidence, you have to do the things that you say you're going to do. So what do you care about? Who are you? What do you care about? What do you enjoy doing? You have to know yourself, right? And this is big for me because I had to work a lot on my self-confidence, because I realized that, I used to be a very confident person growing up, and throughout the years I've just and I believe excuse me, it all started with me not keeping my promise to myself, like me saying that I would do things and not doing it and not showing up. So this has affected my self-confidence. So I am working on that, and I'm getting better. So who are you? Who are you when no one is looking? Who are you when people are looking? So you have to know who you are, and the more you know who you are, the more confident you become. The more you keep your promise to yourself, the more confident you become. Be confident in who you are and build your self-esteem. So you have to be confident. You have to be, this is me, and you have to accept yourself the way you are, and you have to love yourself. And the more you love yourself, the more confident you become. And I used to look at people who were very confident. And there is this one lady, I told her the last time. She grew up in my village, and she was always very confident. And I know over the years I've heard people say negative things about her, and she still held her head up, and she was still so confident. I was like, how can she do that, knowing people are saying things about her? Because she know who she is. She's still alive. She know who she is, and she doesn't care. She loves herself, and she's confident. So we have to strive to be like that. Okay. Number 5, I'm going to try to go quickly. Don't try to read anyone's mind. Do not try to read, and that's what I'm guilty of. Don't try to read anybody's mind. And she made a joke here. She said, don't make assumptions, because when you make assumptions, you make an ass out of you and me, right? If you think you don't know what somebody's thinking. So the best way to know what the person is thinking is to have a conversation with them, because we all have blind spots. So instead of making assumptions, just have a conversation with the person. Don't assume. So somebody might say something and we interpret it as one way, but that's not what the person means. So instead of making an assumption and taking it and getting our feelings and getting upset, have a conversation with the person. So don't try to read anyone's mind, because you're probably wrong. Do you hear my daughter singing in the back? You see what I did in my office? Okay, number 6. Consider the source. When she says consider the source, she means who are these criticisms coming from? Who are these opinions coming from? Who are these people that are telling you how to live your life? Because some people's opinion are worth more than others. For instance, if you have a mentor, that person's opinion is going to be has more weight than somebody you just met online, because you know your mentor wants what's best for you. And you need to don't get sleepless nights over negative comments from people, especially people that you don't even know. Don't let them. It doesn't make sense. You're better than that. Okay, so know who the opinion is coming from, and know, as I said, consider the source. Know who the opinion is coming from. So you should treat the people who are more important to you. You should treat their opinions as give it more weight than strangers and people you don't know. Although sometimes strangers want what's best for you. So don't let these people live rent free in your head. It's not worth it. You're better than that. Number 7. Know that you are your own worst critic. You are harder on yourself than most people, and you're putting too much weight on comments. So she went in that aspect. She went in terms of social media. As I said, we're all into social media. Everybody and their family on Instagram and Facebook these days. So sometimes somebody might make a comment. You might post something, you don't get a like. So what? You mightn't get enough likes that you think you deserve. You mightn't get views. So what? Don't put too much weight on that, because those things doesn't determine your worth. If you post something and you get 5 likes, it doesn't make you less valuable. And it all comes back to you knowing your worth. Stop criticizing yourself, right? And stop reading so much into it. It is not worth it. Okay? Number 8. Take us my notebook. Number 8. Surround yourself with loving, supportive, and accepting people. So one thing that I've learned, they say you're the average of your 5 closest friends. So if your 5 closest friends are drunkards, that's what you're going to be, right? Unless you have a very strong mind and you decide to get out of there. But what it's saying is that you need to have allies. You need to have people that's going to call you out, and people who's going to listen to you, people who's going to call you out when you listen to other people's opinion, people who are going to call you out when you're playing small, people who want the best for you. Surround yourself with people who are going to support you in the good and call you out in the bad, right? And that's because they want to have they want the best for you. So take a look at your circle. Look at the people you are surrounded with. If it's people who are draining your energy and who are negative Nancy's and everything they say negative and they're just bringing you down, you don't need that in your life. It's okay. It's okay to block these people. It's okay to unfollow these people. It's okay to don't take that call, because at the end of the day, we all have to protect our energy. So develop relationships with people who allow you to embrace your true self, people who allow you to who accept you for who you are, who are not trying to change you, right? And who are willing to go and grow with you. Almost there. Number 9, hold off on your own judgment of others. So the first 8 we talk about what we shouldn't allow people to do to us. Number 9 is talking about us doing to others. We judge people. You see somebody and the first thing you see is, listen, I was telling my husband the last time how sometimes we're so negative. Home, I'm not saying bad thing about Grenadians. I'm just saying, for those who are Grenadians or maybe Caribbean, you would understand. You know, sometimes somebody asks you about somebody. Oh, do you know Mr. Johnson? Oh, you mean the big head boy? Or the big nose boy? Or the thin foot? You know, people look for the negative in people to describe them. That's why I always say that the human brain defaults to negative. So we have to stop judging people. The same way we don't want... You're welcome, Padana. The same way we don't want people to judge us, we should stop judging people, because what we see in people is what people is going to see in us. So, and also you don't know what somebody's going through. You don't know what somebody's dealing with. And one of the things that pains me as a mom, there are a lot of women out there that cannot have children. And some people feel as soon as you get married or as soon as you get to a certain age, you should have children. And you asking them, when are you going to have children? You don't know what that person is going through. You don't know if that person can have children. So we have to be considerate of the things we say. We have to learn to think before we speak. You know, consider other people's feeling. I know that was a little off, but it just came to me. Okay? And remember that first impression is not always accurate. Sometimes you meet somebody for the first time and you get an impression on them. It's not always accurate. So always believe in giving somebody a second chance. Okay? Here comes my co-host. Say hi.
Say hi.
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 How are you?
How are you?
Okay. Can I wrap it up? Go. Go meet Justin. Go meet Justin. Go on. Go meet Justin. Justin, come and take her. Okay, so as I was saying, we should always give people another chance, right? And if you know that you are giving other people the benefit of a doubt, you would also give yourself. She always wants to come on here. I should give her a chance to talk. You always should give yourself the benefit of a doubt. So that's the 9 ways in which we can overcome people's opinion of us. I'm just going to go through it quickly. Number 1, expect and accept that people always have opinions of you. 2, take back your own feelings. 3, understand that you're not perfect. 4, work on your own self-confidence. 5, don't try to read other people's mind because you're probably wrong. 6, consider the source, consider who the opinion is coming from. 7, know that you are your own worst critic. 8, surround yourself with loving, supportive, and accepting people. And 9, hold off on your own judgment of people. So in conclusion, if you get anything from today's tip, I just want to let you know, don't worry about what other people think about you. Because when was the last time you unfollowed or blocked or unfriended, I'm speaking social media, or didn't take a call from somebody that's trying to bring you down or trying to make you feel negative? It's okay. Because if you won't trade lives with somebody or even trade part of your life for somebody's life, why would you take their opinions? You know, like a lot of people want to give you opinion on how you should live your life, but if you look at their life, it's a total mess. Why would you take opinion from somebody who cannot even keep their life together? So do you don't, I mean, it's okay to take advice from people. I mean, take advice, you don't know everything, but don't let other people's opinion stop you from living your best life. So stop being stressed about what other people have to say about you, because at the end of the day, you're sleeping with you, and that's all that's important. So thank you for joining my Tip Tuesday. Thank you for sticking. Hi, Tiara. Thank you for sticking by. And as always, you're amazing. I'm amazing. Bye.